Welcome to today's Explainer. You know, I am absolutely thrilled to share these stories with you today because we're looking at a theme that is just so incredibly universal. Think about it. Society so often mocks, dismisses, or completely casts aside anyone who doesn't quite fit the mold, right? The runaways, the outcasts, the people who just refuse to conform. But as you're going to see today, when the storm actually hits and disaster strikes, these marginalized folks, they are exactly who we need. So what makes a true hero? Seriously, I want you to completely rethink your definition of heroism for a second. We usually assume it comes from, high status, incredible physical strength, or just being the popular one who fits perfectly into what society expects. But the historical accounts and the beautiful stories we're unpacking today absolutely prove that true heroism rarely comes from any of that. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our agenda for today's Explainer. First, the pirate patriot. Second, the unarmed savior. Third, a four-legged war hero. Fourth, an animated tale of compassion. And finally, join our animation family. We're going to be spanning hundreds of years here, bridging real, documented history with a gorgeous animated tale. Section 1, the pirate patriot, John Paul Jones. Let's set the scene in 1768 with a young sailor dealing with deadly mutinies and a remarkably rough start. There is just this staggering contrast in this man's life. Picture this. He literally started as an arrogant fugitive on the run from the law in Scotland, hiding out in the American colonies under a totally fake name, John Paul Jones, but he transformed into the knighted father of the American Navy. It all happened after he volunteered for the newly formed Continental Forces. He took to unconventional warfare incredibly well, raiding British ports and capturing ships when absolutely no one else thought it was possible. This all led to a brutal, legendary clash off the coast of England. Jones's ship was up against the heavily armed HMS Serapis, and it was a complete disaster. Jones had bought these cheap cannons from a scrapyard, and they were literally exploding and killing his own men. His ship is taking on water, it's sinking, and the British captain mockingly asks if he's ready to surrender. In response, Jones just screams this legendary quote, "I have not yet begun to fight." And by ramming the ships together and dropping a lucky grenade into a hatch, he miraculously won the whole shebang. Section 2, the unarmed savior, Desmond Doss. Now, Jones faced a battlefield of cannons and swords, but our next hero faced a totally different kind of battlefield. And this brilliantly illustrates a battlefield of deep moral conviction. We're jumping to World War II to look at a young man from Virginia named Desmond Doss. After a childhood trauma where he watched his drunk father nearly shoot his uncle, Doss made a strict, unbreakable vow to never, ever touch a weapon. When he was drafted, the Army tried literally everything to break him. They relentlessly mocked him as a conscientious objector. His fellow soldiers actually threw heavy combat boots at his head while he was praying. His commander even tried to court-martial him, but his convictions just held firm. Let's walk through this timeline. We see Doss go from an unarmed medic who everyone treated like a total coward to proving them all completely wrong in the Pacific Theater. He fearlessly charged into enemy fire in Guam and the Philippines to save his comrades. But it all culminates in May 1945 at Okinawa, at this absolutely terrifying 300-foot escarpment heavily fortified by the Japanese. You might know it as Hacksaw Ridge. The fighting at Hacksaw Ridge was an absolute bloodbath. When the American forces had to retreat down that cliff, Doss just stayed at the top. Picture this, he's entirely alone, surrounded by a hail of Japanese machine gun fire. And this unarmed medic is running into no man's land, dragging wounded soldiers to the edge and lowering them down. Over and over again, he just prayed this one single sentence, "Please, Lord, just help me get one more." He did this continuously for 12 hours, 75. Let that number really sink in for a second. Desmond Doss, the guy his entire unit thought was a massive liability, single-handedly rescued 75 men from that ridge without firing a single shot. He became the first conscientious objector to ever receive the Congressional Medal of Honor. Section 3, a four-legged war hero, Sergeant Stubby. Unbelievable courage from Doss, right? Well, let's shift the energy to World War I for a second, because I want to point out that unlikely heroes aren't even always human. Back in 1917, this little stray Boston Terrier mutt was wandering the Yale University campus, quite literally begging for scraps of trash. Well, a private named James Conroy showed him a bit of affection, named him Stubby, and eventually smuggled him onto a ship bound for the trenches of France. Going from a trash-scavenging, homeless stray to becoming the regiment's most decorated mascot, his trajectory is absolutely wild.
So the really crucial point here is that Stubby wasn't just some cute pet. He was a literal lifesaver on the Western Front. After surviving a gas attack himself, he actually learned to bark and warn his unit of incoming gas. He'd run out into no man's land to find wounded soldiers. Get this, he even captured a German spy by biting the guy's leg and knocking him right into the mud. He earned all sorts of medals, got the unofficial rank of sergeant, and even met 3 US presidents. Section 4, an animated tale of compassion, Diru. Let's move to and see how this builds into the beloved animated stories our channel is known for.
History is full of these outcasts, but so are our cultural narratives. We're looking at a classic Hindi story about an impoverished orphan named Diru. Diru's life was just completely miserable. He worked for this really cruel guy named Thakur Dorjan Pratap. The entire village constantly mocked Diru, calling him Manhus, which basically means cursed or unlucky, just because he was an orphan. But Diru's story ends with him becoming a wealthy, deeply respected brother. So how did he bridge that massive gap?
Well, it all started with a torrential rainstorm. A wealthy couple, Raman and Janki, were completely stranded in the village, and no one would help them. But Diru, despite having this leaky, impoverished home, took them in and treated them like royalty. But of course, his bad luck just seemed to escalate. Because of the rain, Diru got sick, slipped at work, ruined some grain, and that cruel Thakur fired him right on the spot. But what really shines through here is Diru's incredibly pure moral compass. When the village mocked him for taking in strangers while having absolutely nothing himself, Diru lived by this beautiful principle: guests are a form of God. Even though the village treated him like garbage, he flat out refused to let their bitterness harden his own heart.
3. When the greedy Thakur fired Diru, he didn't just let him go. He demanded 3 bags of grain as repayment for the one ruined back. Diru was totally devastated, but his stranded guest, Raman, stepped right in to pay this massive debt. And here's the crazy twist. While bringing a new shirt to Diru, Raman noticed a specific birthmark on Diru's neck, the exact same one he had. In this amazing twist of fate, Raman realized this cursed outcast was actually his long-lost brother. Section 5, join our animation family. Diru's journey from a mocked outcast to a savior of stranded travelers perfectly encapsulates why we analyze these narratives.
Sharing these incredible stories of kindness, resilience, and unlikely heroism is the absolute beating heart of this Explainer series. Hey, amazing friends! If you're enjoying our animation stories, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the subscribe button and become part of our animation family. Turn on the bell icon so you'll never miss our latest adventures, funny moments, and exciting new episodes. And why does this matter? Because every subscribe helps us create more amazing animated stories just for you. Your direct support is literally the fuel that allows us to bring these incredible lessons to life on screen. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Bye-bye! Wait, but before you actually go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought based on everything we've uncovered today. Look around you. Who is the unlikely outcast in your own life, just waiting to become a hero? Maybe, just maybe, it's the person you least expect. Think about it. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching our animation series. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell icon. Give this video a like. Tell us in the comments which your favorite.